Hello everybody, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a fantastic night or day, wherever you are in the world. Well, what we're going to talk about today is pretty much the 3 ways your money get taxed when you need it. Alright, so let's talk about the 3 ways your money get taxed when you need it, and why is it important for you to learn these 3 ways. Right? It is very important for you to learn these 3 ways. And for those that's coming on, remember to like and share. Like and share. Always remember that, we're on a mission to educate 1 million families. And the only way we're going to get this done is by simply spreading the message amongst many people many times. Alright? So, like I said, let's get this out to the people. Let's get it out to many people. So that way they too could learn these money games and find out how they could definitely maximize on that and win. Alright? It's time people win. You can always come to our nearest financial center. It's either in the East Orange, New Jersey at 7 Glenwood Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey, Suite 4 on the 4th floor. Alright? So definitely make your way down there every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. So let's get right into it. Alright? Let's get into it so that way you guys could get this information. I won't take long. So that way you guys could get the information and definitely apply it to what we're going to talk about today. So the thing we're going to talk about today, the 3 ways your money gets taxed when you need it. And why is that important, and what are some of the things that you have to learn when it comes down to your money? Because here's the thing that you have to understand. The 3 ways. See, your money gets taxed now, it taxed later, and it also gets taxed never once you need it. And I'm going to break down to you exactly what does that mean, so that way you have a better idea of where is your money, right? Because a lot of people didn't know what this tax now means. Now, the places that get taxed now is your checking, right? Your checking account, right? These get taxed now. Also, your savings account, right? These are taxed now. And also stocks, right? Stocks are taxed now. Also mutual fund. Alright? These are also taxed now. Vehicles. Also CDs. Certificates of deposits. These are also known as taxed now vehicles, where you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. Alright? You have to fill out what's called a 1099, and you gotta let them know how much money you earn on there. Now, here's the thing. For the bank and the savings account, you must earn a total of $10 in there before you have to report it, right? If you earn $10 or more in your checking and savings account, then you have to report that on a 1099 report, which the bank would already send to Uncle Sam. And then what they'll do is they'll also send you one, and you then have to prepare it with your tax preparer. Okay? So these vehicles is where you're going to pay taxes pretty much at the end of the year when you file your taxes. Alright? So let's look about later. Where do you get taxed later? Tax later is in your 401ks, your 403bs, even the 457s, also in your IRA, also in your annuities. Alright? These vehicles, you got to pay taxes later. Also in your pensions. Alright? So these vehicles is where they're going to tax you later. Alright? These vehicles always come with rules as well. They say you can't touch the money until you're 59 and a half, and if you do touch the money before 59 and a half, they're going to penalize you, where you're going to lose 10% of that money. Alright? You lose 10%. They also have another rule. that said that you have to start taking out the money before you reach 70 and a half, or you're going to lose 50% of that money, which is also known as RMD, because you failed to take out what is called the required minimum distribution. Also, every income from these vehicles will be taxed, right? They be taxed at ordinary, right? At ordinary income. So that means they're going to tax you every year at the end of the year as if that you are working, okay? So when you look at these vehicles, and I'm not even going to get into the technical aspect of them, that they got management fees and all these different things, all right? And plus, the thing is that they're very uncertain, all right? The only thing that is certain on this board right now is this one, the pension. And we know a lot of companies are not offering that anymore, right? Because the pension, let me tell you how the pension works. The pension was created around 1940, if I remember correctly, all right? And the reason why they created this is because they wanted to create an avenue where people could get money during their retirement years, guaranteed money. So how they created a pension was the fact that if you put in a certain amount of years in a company, a certain time of you were making a certain amount of salary level, they would determine that based on the amount of years and salary level you're at, and then would tell you how much you will have. And they will pay you this type of money until you die, and even give you your spouse as well. So this pension was a good idea, but they took away the pension because it cost too many companies too much money to manage these things, right? Because you're talking about giving guaranteed money up until people, but people are living too long. So then they invented something else. This what they call defined contribution plans, right? A lot of people, they call it 401k. This was created by a gentleman that's called Ted Benner. All right, look up that guy. Ted Benner is the father. He was credited as the father of the 401k plan because he discovered this tax code, the tax code 400, which allowed companies to get a major tax break by enrolling their employees into these plans. And if you don't believe me, do your own research and you'll find it out as well. So the pensions were very expensive to most companies. Defined contribution put the risk back on you and take it away from the company. All right? Because they said that the reason why it's called defined contribution is because you definitely know what you put in, but you won't know what you may get when due to the market fluctuation. So that's why that tax later vehicle, many of us have fallen a victim to it. All right? So if you ever lose money in your 401k, even if you lost $10, $2, you understand why you lose money in these vehicles is because it's tied to the market and it's based on the performance of the market. So it's very hard for you to know what you may get. But the pension is a great way. If your company gave you a pension, it still carry all these rules here, but at least you know what you may get when you retire due to the fact that it is defined benefit plan. All right? So let's talk about where you never get taxed. And I'll break down what that means. So where you never get taxed is in municipal bonds. All right? Also in long-term care. Also in life insurance. Right? A lot of people didn't know that. But life insurance, the money in there, you never pay tax when you take it out. Also, Roths, anything with a Roths, you don't pay taxes on those type of money. So these money is probably one of the best kept secret because this is where majority of the population put their money. All right, not majority. Sorry, the elite put their money here because they don't want to pay taxes. All right. So one of the greatest things, the best kept secret about these is the fact that if you never heard of long-term care, this is where, all right, let me give you an idea of what long-term care is. Long-term care is pretty much if you know someone that's a CNA and they're taking care of a very old person or someone that is pretty much in their age and they need someone to help them with their daily lifestyle of either like feeding themselves, bathing themselves, and things like that. That's what long-term care money pays for, okay? And that's tax-free money, all right? Also, life insurance. Life insurance is not for when you die. It is one of the biggest lies and one of the most misunderstood things. People don't buy life insurance. Well, wealthy people don't buy life insurance thinking that they're going to die. Wealthy people buy life insurance expecting they're going to live. All right? And Roths, many people take advantage of Roths. You may hear people with Roth IRAs and things like that because it doesn't, when they need the money later on, they don't get taxed, right? Or they don't have a time where they have to force to take the money out as well. So these vehicles is where you pay taxes early on in, and then you don't pay taxes on the growth later on. All right? So tax never. Now the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about this so you guys understand what this is all about. You see, 85%, right? I'm going to write that number right there. 85% of the population have their money right over there. So sometimes you may be wondering, how am I living paycheck to paycheck? Why am I still having money problems? It's not you. It's not you, but it's where you're putting your money. And that's one of the main reasons why we're not winning the money game. It's because we're putting our money where we're earning the lowest interest on our money. And on top of that, you got to pay taxes on that every year. Then you have later. This is where about 10% of the people put their money, because most of the time, for you to participate in this, you have to get sponsored through your job, or you may have to be working at a job. And most companies, like I said, do not offer a pension anymore, and they replaced it with a 401k plan, which is pretty much hard to predict what you may have when you need in retirement years. All right? Because here's the thing. The reason why I say these are very hard for you to predict what you're going to have is because the fact that two things you got to keep in mind. You don't know what the market's going to do in the future, right? Because you can't determine what it may do based on past performance. So you have to think about, you can't predict what the future may bring in these vehicles based on the performance. And also, you don't know what taxes may be 10 years from now when you start one. Right? It could be low, it could be higher, it could be the same. You just never know. And that have a major effect on your money since you're going to be taxed at ordinary income. All right? So this is very important for you to also learn and keep in mind when it comes to your money. Then you have the 5%ers. This is the wealthy folks. Right? 5% of the population only use this. Only 5%, guys. Only 5% of the population is using these vehicles where they get municipal bonds, long-term care, life insurance, and Roths. All right? Only 5% of the population is actually taking advantage of this. And my thing is, are you one of those 5%? And that's why it's important for you to learn these money game. All right? So that's just a quick little tip. I hope you learned a lot. I hope this break it down a little bit. I will be doing this. If you like this and you like my new board that I bought for you guys to explain this thing to you, remember to like and share, tag a friend. And like I said, I'll continue doing these little quick videos to explain to you the difference in finance, so that way you too can start winning the money game, and you could put yourself to where you and your family could definitely excel and learn about finance. And if you ever want to learn more, you can always come down to our East Orange Financial Center at 7 Glenwood Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. And if you can't make it to our office, make sure that you get in touch with me at 973-873-5977. So that way I could get you in our virtual access where you could tune in just like this on your cell phone, a laptop, a tablet, any way you desire. And if you know anybody that's looking to make some extra income, please let them know that I'm looking for them. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night. God bless. Bye-bye.